If someone knocks on your door in the middle of the night and knocks 4 times, you should be careful. As the saying goes, people knock 3 times, ghosts knock 4 times. At this time outside, knocking on the door is likely not people, as things happen in 2014, when I was in Chengdu, Siquan Development Zone, there to find a job. Because the last job in the town of Wan'an, rented house is also there, so I have to take a long time every day to get to the company by car, back and forth to work for a few days. Really cannot stand it. Then around the rental of a cheap. As the last job quit, even half a year have not found a suitable. The hand of the money is also spent. This new rented house conditions are really very poor. About half a month after I just arrived at the company to work, the new colleague Li Zongping looked at me so dark circles under the eyes, but also flirted with me every night as not having sex with his girlfriend. I let him not blindly joked, told him about the past few days encountered bizarre phenomena. Last night was even more terrified of a night do not dare to sleep. As the elevator is more people, I am afraid they'd take me as a psychopath. I whispered to him. I rented a very dilapidated house, only a single room. The environment of the district is dirty and chaotic. There is no property management. My landlord built a very small room in the gap between the 2 buildings, which is an illegal structure. But because no one manages it, he rented it to me. Inside the light is very poor, but also very humid. The only thing that makes me satisfied is the independent bathroom, so I simply cleaned up and moved in. Moved into the first night. In the middle of the night was a sharp knock on the door to wake up. I was very upset, get up and open the door, but found that there is no one outside the door. Empty road also has no hiding place. I thought to myself, what could be so fast? Although I felt strange, but at that time I did not care, thinking that maybe I heard wrong, or what other reasons, then continued to go to bed. But I just lay in bed before falling asleep. There was a sharp knock on the door. This time I did not hear wrong. Almost can feel the door stood outside a person in the hard knock on the door. This time I was really angry, thinking that there must be a mischief, climbed up with the fastest speed to open the door. Just cursed a fuck your mom dare to make trouble here. Have the guts you don't go. With my reaction speed at that time, I think even if the sprinter bolt I can catch him. But the reality outside the door once again exceeded my expectations, or that bare corridor, no half a person. This time I didn't give up so easily, and even went so far as to observe all around me to see if any possible pranksters were hiding there. But the result of my observation made me feel even more strange. My door was so empty that even a mouse couldn't hide, let alone a person. This time my cold sweat broke out. The knocking was real, but there was no one. Could it be a ghost? I didn't dare to think about it anymore. The whole second half of the night I didn't dare to sleep again, and sat on the edge of the bed in fear all night. But the ghost didn't let me go, knocking fiercely twice every few minutes. And I opened the door several times bravely, only to find that there was still no one outside the door. In this way the whole second half of the night did not stop until dawn. Li Zongping listened to my story, also feel very evil, said I am encountering a ghost knocking on the door. He knew a master who knew Feng Shui and asked him to take a look for me, and he introduced me to him the next day. He looked very young and followed me to the small house I was renting to see what the problem was. The grandfather did not enter the house, backhands in the doorway around several times. As if to see the doorway, he pulled me to one side, whispered to me, "Young man, you live in the place blocking the ghost road. The 2 buildings were originally separated. The middle is a passage. Daytime walk is people, at night is to let the ghosts to go. But now the landlord blocked this place. The ghosts cannot go, and they do not have a sense of consciousness, will not turn the corner. It has been in that place, and the ghosts, they don't know how to turn corners, so they just keep bumping into each other. Montclair Outlet Store Online, I told them to move out as soon as possible, or else the more they gather, the more they will have bad luck whoever lives here." Montclair Outlet Store Online. I was shocked when I heard that, and I asked Montclair Outlet Store Online if there was any way to break it. When the old man left, he left me a talisman and asked me to stick it on the gate. Sure enough, the method is very useful. From the paste after the night really did not appear knocking. But that house I did not dare to live again. 10 days later, I refound a house hastily moved away. That house is still for rent. I don't know if the people who live in it have the same experience with me.